Hi Didier, thank you for coming to meet with me today.
Anytime, it's nice to meet you face to face.
Yes, I think this needed to happen sooner, but regardless. I'd like to have a chat with you regarding the dynamics of the team and my concerns about the success of our current project.
Nothing too serious, I hope.
No, I just think we need to have an open and honest discussion about what has been going on. I've received various communications from the South African team regarding their frustrations. They're finding it extremely hard to work on this project in coordination with you and the team in France, and I've noticed their loss of enthusiasm towards this project. This is very clearly affecting the work ethic on this project, a very important project that I think we can all agree we want to be a huge success.
Can I ask what their frustrations are?
Yes, of course. As we all know, it's already difficult being in communication without being able to meet face to face, and so the weekly teleconference is extremely important and valuable to all team members. I've been told that these have often been cancelled by you without notice and without having sought input from the rest of the team as to whether there were issues they wanted to discuss. They also mentioned that often none of their input is considered when it comes to the meetings, and they feel like the meetings are purely controlled by you. There's no democratic approach to discussing the issues and important points.
No, but you see, I know that certain teleconferences are not going to be useful as there's nothing to discuss. So I made a judgment call, and I assumed they would prefer not to waste their own valuable time being on call. That was not necessary. I feel the teleconference should only be called when it is necessary and when it will be valuable and productive to all team members.
I understand. However, other people in the team might feel that the teleconference is necessary and might need to raise points that you might not be aware of. It's important to consider that there are others involved that might need to discuss things over the teleconference. I understand that you do not want to waste time. Maybe you could consider sending out an email asking all team members if there are any issues or points that need to be discussed to get an idea of whether a teleconference could be necessary. If some team members feel it is necessary, it's important that you respect and appreciate their input and hold a teleconference. If no issues or points are raised, you can send an email stating that there will be no teleconference this week and add that if any other issues or points are raised during the week, they can email you, and from there you will decide whether or not you should host a teleconference or not.
Well, I guess that would eliminate the wasted phone call if we all feel it is unnecessary. So I guess I could consider working in that way with the team members.
I appreciate your understanding. It's also important to understand that communication is key in this project. Our teams are not based in the same city. In fact, we are continents apart, and it's very important to ensure that communication is open, honest, and easy between the two teams in France and South Africa. It has been brought to my attention that when Lungelo presented a plan for effective communication between the teams, you were quiet throughout the presentation and offered very little insight. As the project manager, it's important that you show leadership by showing the rest of the team that you're in full support of Lungelo's plan. I just don't believe that keeping quiet is the best way to show your support.
You know, I find it extremely strange. I should have heard that I was not participating in that conference call. I was contributing and expressed my support for Lungelo's plan. In fact, I think it is insulting that anyone would insinuate that I was not contributing to that discussion, and I'm offended by your accusation that I have poor leadership abilities.
I understand your frustration, and please, understand that I'm not here to sit and accuse you. Our focus is on improving the team so that we are aligning our objectives for this project. The current communication problems are costing us time and money. Team members have had to rework their designs because of ineffective communication. This not only delays completion of our project, but causes tension and frustration within the team. We have team members who feel alienated, and at this point they are unenthusiastic about this project. It's important that you are open to constructive criticism and understand we can all continuously learn how to be better leaders. The constructive criticism that I'm offering to you right now is that you need to come up with a solution to this communication problem in order to lead the team effectively. I'm disappointed to hear that the portion of the cross-cultural awareness workshop relating to improving team success was removed from the program. I received a few emails from team members expressing their disappointment. Many of them were looking forward to this portion of the workshop, with the hopes of raising their concerns and resolving any issues so that they could work more effectively. I would like you to host another workshop, and I would like to be involved. I want you to ensure that this portion of the workshop is the main focus and that everyone in the team feels like they are safe to raise their concerns and express how they feel.
Okay, I understand. Sometimes I don't realize that the way I work and make decisions is not always the best for the team dynamic and success of a team project. I'll give some thoughts as to how I can change this and focus on building effective communication between the two teams. I can sense through this conversation their intense desire to be more involved, and all they require to feel that is to feel that the input is being valued and taken into consideration, and to be more involved in decision making and communications. I can understand that and will definitely take some time to consider how this can be changed around the project.
Thank you. I really appreciate you taking this criticism in such a positive manner. I know that this is a tough position that you are in, but I truly believe that you are capable, and I feel that if we work together, we can improve the enthusiasm and the work ethic in the two teams. It is crucial that we make use of the expertise of the South African team. When they were employees of Volmed, they were already working on a system called Perspective, which is very similar to Vigilance. Even though all their hard work on Perspective was scrapped after the merger, they still came into Vigilance with so much enthusiasm and excitement to share what they had already learned.
Yes, I agree. To be honest, the way I deal with the stress of completing this project is to channel all my energy towards what I think needs to be done, and I now see how I have not been open to different perspectives until now. I have not made use of the experience that the South African team has, and I definitely need to utilize them more. I'll leave our conversation today and take some time to really think about how I can create an open work environment and improve the communication between the two teams. I will especially focus on mending fences with the South African team and work on reviving the enthusiasm for this project. I would like to work with you for the next few months to ensure the success of this strategy and possibly include Lungelo in these discussions.
Yes, involving Lungelo is a fantastic idea. If we focus on improving the communication and allowing the team members to feel utilized, this project could do a complete 180.
I appreciate you calling me into your office today, and although it was difficult to hear these criticisms, I do understand that it is your job and that we both have the same goal in mind.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for understanding. I do have to rush to a meeting now, but thank you for coming in, and we'll chat soon about the strategy and our way forward.
Yes, I'll make contact with you this week. Thank you.
Lance took the collaboration approach. This collaboration indicates a preference to work together with others to achieve outcomes that meet the needs. It occurs when two or more individuals work together to share information and make joint decisions. When using collaboration as an approach, you tend to view conflict as an opportunity to solve problems by working positively with others. Lance says at the end of his conversation with Didier that he would like to work together to ensure the effective and positive work environment between the two teams and the effective leadership shown by Didier. He says he would like to be involved in the workshop that the team will participate in, and this shows that he is interested in taking this approach. He believes that by putting their heads together, they can mutually find acceptable solutions to the problems at hand. This approach also shows support and is a valuable leadership style shown by Lance. It shows that Lance is dedicated to making sure that the two teams are both equally enthusiastic and working in an environment that they enjoy with a project manager they respect and appreciate. He did not just call him in and tell him the negative things he is doing, but tried to help him come up with solutions and offered his help, time and effort to be involved in the solutions that will be implemented to ensure the success of this project overall.
The first positive start to this meeting is that it is happening in person. Lance was professional and courteous at the beginning of the meeting by welcoming Didier into his office. Being that this is the first time meeting in person, it is important that Lance set the tone by making Didier as comfortable as possible. Having the meeting sitting down and in close proximity to one another encourages an open, intimate environment. But despite Lance's efforts to make Didier comfortable and secure, Didier was initially defensive when his leadership style was called into question. We believe that the meeting ended on a positive note because Lance maintained composure throughout the conversation. This enabled DDA to let out his frustrations at being criticized, but also come to the realization that it was constructive criticism, not an attack on him. Ultimately, all issues were discussed and solutions placed on the table because both parties realized that they had vested interests in seeing the project succeed.
Len's responses were quite long, and you should have tried to keep them short and straight to the point.
Yeah, Didi was easily distracted. There is a point where he even checked his phone while listening to Lens. You should try to pay more attention to Lens' advice and also keep an eye contact.
Didi should have also been a bit more apologetic. He was always trying to make up excuses and justifying himself instead of accepting that he went wrong and apologizing. Lens could have also tried to mention the issues and stating them as facts he received from the team and would like to ask for Didi's opinion about it instead of stating the issues in terms of you, as it came across quite accusatory. You should have tried to evaluate what Didi's position was on the issues raised.
Yeah, true. Like in order to improve the effective communication, there are vital aspects that should be addressed. The importance of eye contact, as it shows that the person is listening and hearing what the other person is saying. Also, it is important to paraphrase and show effective listening through non-verbal behavior such as nodding to show agreement. It also shows that you are open-minded and willing to take on new ideas.
Lens could have also tried to mention the issues and stating them as feedback he received and would like to ask Didi's opinion about it instead of stating the issues in terms of you, as it came off quite accusatory. He should have tried to evaluate what Didi's opinion was on the issues raised.